Hey what's up guys, it's Rich, welcome back to another video. Today we are playing some Call of Duty 5 on the PC, which is strange enough, but I've spent the last few days looking into Call of Duty World War II gameplay. I've watched the trailer, of course, as I'm sure most of you guys watching this video already have, and I thought I'd make a video talking about my thoughts, and I thought the game that I should be playing in the background should be World of War, because this is the game that I thought of immediately as soon as I saw the trailer for the new Call of Duty coming out this year. And it took me back straight towards it because like the M1 Garand gameplay that everyone's been uploading recently as well, it just put this game in my mind and it reminded me how much I actually enjoy it. Why did I spray my teammate down with a pistol? I'm not sure if his name tag wasn't there. I couldn't see, but I'm using the Springfield here, which is actually going to be a sniper in the new Call of Duty. I picked up an SG-44. I'm not sure if that's going to be in it, but my interest has been piqued. It looks like the only CoD we've had released in the past sort of 5 years. It's like the true original Call of Duty game I'm talking about, because my first one I ever played was Call of Duty 3. I remember watching the adverts on TV for that game thinking, these are the best graphics I've ever seen in my life. I bought the game, I played the campaign, I loved it, I played multiplayer. I didn't have Xbox Live at the time, so I used to play with my friends Ryan and Simon. They used to come around to my house and vice versa, and we used to play that. And we used to get into arguments about, you know, screen watching and stuff, because we'd have to play it split screen, 3-way split screen. But it just took me back to those days immediately. Even Black Ops 2 started to stray away from that gritty war feeling that Call of Duty always used to have, because that's what happens when you introduce futuristic things that aren't real. You can't have an attachment to that. You don't feel like you're actually in the war. I'm talking about things like tactical insertions, sensor grenades, that black hat equipment that you could shoot down an escort drone with. It just didn't make much sense. It didn't make you feel immersed into the game. And even though, of course, you guys know I love Black Ops 2, I'm so happy they're going back to like this immersive feeling. So my first impressions of the game from the trailer and also the gameplay that I've watched, mainly on Ali's channel, has been that I am going to love this game. It looks incredible. The maps look small and action-packed like a Call of Duty map should be. Because look how much that ruined Call of Duty Ghosts. The gunfights on Ghosts and the guns on Ghosts were good. Once you got into like a strike zone lobby, it was actually a lot of fun. But the problem with that game was that it was ruined by the huge maps. Even the ones that people liked, like Warhawk, I didn't like at all because people would just sit up top in the buildings and they just overlook the middle. It was a mess. Much like that gunfight right there, when I accidentally clicked a quick message button and I was spinning around trying to knife him and I couldn't remember the button. It took me a while to get used to PC again, I'll be honest. There was one thing I was worried about when I heard about it, and that is the removal of Creator class from Call of Duty World War II, and they've replaced it with something called Divisions. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about this, but I've only just done my research on it and realised how it actually works, and it sort of made me... It sold me on the idea a little bit, but I still think the Creator class would be a far better system, I suppose. It's just a better way of doing it. I think that removing Creator class removes some of the customizability for the player. If someone wants to use the Marksman perk from Modern Warfare 3, the one where you can see name tags from across the map, if they want to use that with a Remington shotgun, they should be able to. I know that neither of these things are going to be in this game, but this is just an example. Even though you're going to get no benefits from the Marksman perk when you're using a shotgun like the Remington, a close range shotgun, it should be all in the player's hands. If they want to use that perk because they like it and they're thinking of picking up a sniper at some point, I don't know what they're planning on doing, they should be able to use it. I don't think perks should be limited to a specific class, because I think it also limits your game style with that weapon. If you only can have stealth perks with the SMG, what about if you want to flank with a silenced assault rifle? It sort of limits you, and I don't think that's a good thing at all. But I've looked into the divisions themselves, and it appears as though there's two different things. There's basic training, which are essentially perks from the older CoD games. They are perks that are renamed and put together. For example, there's one called Loaded that I remember, and it was essentially Bandolier from CoD 4, where you started off with more ammo, and it was Sleight of Hand, where you reloaded quicker, and you can have this on any class that you wanted. However, some of the things that are division specific, for example in the Airborne, I'm reading this off a screen on my other monitor, Airborne, Division Skill Suppressor hides the muzzle flash and prevents gunfire appearing on enemy minimaps, but reduced range of weapon to toggle press the left D-pad. Does this mean that you can't have suppressors on, like, rifles? Or does it mean that this is just, the skill is like being able to remove it and, you know, attach it whenever you want? I'm not sure. There's only speculation at the moment, apart from the people that are actually playing the game. Your boy's a peasant. He's not been able to go to E3 and play the game. I'm stuck at home playing Call of Duty 5 on the PC, evidently. But it sort of makes me speculate, am I allowed to use a suppressor on every class? For example, the Airborne as well has increased sprint speed. You can climb over obstacles quicker, which is reminiscent of dexterity from Black Ops 2. Am I not going to be able to use that with an LMG if I don't want to? I don't think you can. And I don't like that limitation. That's my only gripe with the game so far, is the fact that I think that these division trainings sort of, it limits the player's customizability. It forces you into a certain game style. Like, you know, if you want to rush around and flank people with an SMG and jump over walls quickly, you don't want to have your gun not being able to fight for too long, so you want to use that dexterity perk, or whatever it's called nowadays. You're not able to do that. But moving on, that is my only issue that I've had with the game so far. I think it's interesting when I look at my Twitter feed sometimes, because I see people looking for things in the new Call of Duties that I would never really look at. You know, if you follow a lot of snipers on Twitter that go for montage clips and stuff, I've seen people speculating whether or not the kill feed disappears too quickly. This is not something I'm looking at when the new COD comes out. But for some people, if they make montages and they want to get COD feeds, 5 ons, 6 ons, 7 ons, I don't know how many ons they want, but you know what I mean, like their focus on the quad feed for their clip, if it disappears too quickly, it won't look as nice, and it affects them in a different way. And I've always thought that's interesting, because the snipers are looking at that, and I've seen that a lot of trick shotters aren't too happy with the fact that the final kill cam at the end of rounds in Search and Destroy, well, it's not confirmed in Search and Destroy just yet because no one's got to play that, but in TDM Domination and War, it's been removed. The final kill cam was just the final kill that was in the game, whether it be a score streak or someone shooting someone, I'm sure you guys are aware. But now, it's been removed for an Overwatch-esque play of the game, and I don't know what kind of system they go on. What happens if you get, I don't know how they, I've never understood how they do this on Overwatch either. What does the system factor into and take into account? You know, if you save someone, does that count for more than getting like just a double kill? I'm not sure how it works, but it'd be interesting to see. I think that's a better way of doing it. It showcases a more, presumably, like a more skilled play, rather than just like the final kill that can just be just a gunfight like that one you've just seen me shooting someone coming out of their spawn. Nothing interesting to watch there at all, compared to someone could have got a quad feed during the game and it would choose that over it. But a lot of trick shotters are understandably a little bit annoyed about this, because they go for those at the end of Search and Destroy rounds. Sometimes they go for it in free-for-all as well, and it sort of takes away from the way that they like to play the game. Even though I'm not a trick shotter, I have gone for a few trick shots in my time as a joke. Haven't landed one quite yet, you know, I hope one day that I'll be able to put it off and it won't affect me. But I've looked into things that would affect me, and I've seen a lot of people on Twitter talk about this as well. People that like to go for those high kill gameplays, they're trying to get 100 kills in ground war. How good are the streaks? Is there like a chopper gunner-esque score streak that they can use to kill whore people in their spawn? I'm interested in this as well. Apparently there is. It's like an 11 gun streak or something. And also the last thing that I'm interested in is whether or not there's going to be something in the game that's like a nuke from Modern Warfare 2 or a Moab from Modern Warfare 3. Nothing is more fun than going for 25 gun streaks on Modern Warfare 3. I'm telling you, it's the most fun I've ever had in a COD game. There's nothing better than that. I'm not sure if there's going to be anything. I'm not expecting it, and it's not a problem if it's not there. It's just a little bit of a bonus. So my question to you guys is, what are you looking for in the game? What's interesting to you and you're looking at in the trailers and the gameplay that you've seen on people's channels? Look at this accuracy, by the way. Your boy's a console COD player. I was level 1 when I started playing Call of Duty 5 today. I played for 1 hour and I was finishing top of every lobby. You know, and people say, you know, Call of Duty console players are peasants and stuff. It's not the case, you know. I was murderizing people with this Gewehr infantry variant. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, I thought I'd make this video today because a lot of people have asked me what I think about the new Call of Duty. I feel like the hype has sort of returned to seeing the new trailers and gameplay from the new Call of Duty. It's disappeared in recent times because of the falling popularity of the series, of especially Infinite Warfare. Did anyone buy Infinite Warfare apart from me? I swear I played it once or twice. I actually kind of enjoyed it, I'll be honest. It wasn't the worst Call of Duty I've ever played. I would say that's either Ghost or Advanced Warfare, or at least those are the least fun Call of Duty that I've ever played. But since then, I think everyone can agree the franchise has just been going downhill. People have been less and less interested in the new one that's coming out. And I feel like that energy and that hype around waiting for the new Call of Duty to be released has returned. And that is exciting for me as a Call of Duty channel that's still posting Black Ops 2 gameplay, and somehow people are still watching it. You know, I've got an average of around 9,000 people watching my videos recently, which is unbelievable considering how long I've been on around 150,000 subs. So I've got to give a quick shout out to you guys for even watching these videos. But yeah, that's going to be my question of the video. What are you guys looking at, and what are you interested in seeing in the new Call of Duty? Leave your comments down below. This is pretty much going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like rating, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. I just want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters that you can see on the screen. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. It means a lot to me.